You're listening to the Batuta Advocate's weekly news wrap on Desert Rock FM 96.5. Welcome back to the Batuta Advocate Radio News Bulletin, the weekly. My name's Clancy Overall, editor of the Batuta Advocate, and I'm joined, as usual, when we're not on holidays, by Errol Parker, editor-at-large. How are you, Errol?
Yes, it's good to be back here once again, with my two favourite Gentiles.
And speaking of Aryans, how are you, Wendell Hussey?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Love getting in the booth with you too. It's the sun that I've seen over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, the hair's looking blonde, mate. I'm sure it was just lemon juice you put in your hair, mate. What's first in the news today?
Yeah, let's get into it. We'll start off with some news from the United States of America, and Donald Trump has fired up the old MSN Messenger account after being banned from Twitter.
Yes, the early 2000s platform is back in the spotlight after the outgoing US president was booted off Twitter.
Returning to the contact list with a new nickname, President Trump, the election was rigged. Mr. 43 is continuing the narrative that hundreds of thousands of Republican votes were thrown into the river in November and that the election was stolen from him.
Yeah, he's been nudging lots of people and trying to keep the fire burning. Now, that caused a bit of a stir here in Australia, and one of the stories we wrote about that was sus bloke who blocked release of documents about his overseas trips accuses Twitter of censorship.
Yes, that sus bloke being George Christensen, who along with Craig Kelly has really been teeing off about the private company Twitter censoring their political idol Donald Trump.
Which comes a bit at odds with George Christensen's stance on censorship when it relates to his personal life.
Yes, censorship being the suppression of speech, public communication, or other information on the basis that that material is considered objectionable, harmful, sensitive, or inconvenient. Like when he blocked the information being released about the AFP investigating his behaviour in the Philippines, which we can only assume he was doing what we assume he was doing.
That is disgusting, Clancy. And Pedro Madrid Caballero left a comment on that story saying he wishes Facebook would switch off the block function so Big George can have a little taste of freedom of speech himself.
I'm sure there's a lot of people teeing off on George right now, and he is censoring them with that block button.
Imagine how many comments he would have to hide and the content of those comments. Anyway, another national story here, and the public is wary of a hastily developed vaccine that they demanded to be developed hastily.
Yes, this week a new report commissioned by the Department of Health has found a growing number of Australians really aren't sure about these vaccines that's been rushed through because of the devastating effects of that virus, which is apparently called COVID-19.
Yes, one aspiring Instagram celebrity we spoke to named Ingrid Celine says, I heard it takes a really long time to come up with a vaccine, but they came up with this one in like a year. I saw a thing on the internet where they invented this other vaccine and it took a long time, but this one was ready in a short time. It sounds suspicious to me. I won't let them poke that needle anywhere near me.
A bit of a Queensland political update now, and Anastasia Palaszczuk has been left confused as other states keep borders open to Queenslanders.
Yeah, speaking to us earlier this week, the Queensland Premier revealed her confusion as other state premiers around the country politely declined the opportunity to score political points against her by slamming their borders closed to Queensland.
Yeah, she said, I've given them the best chance to dunk on me and they've just shown Queensland understanding and kindness. What the fuck is wrong with them?
Don't know, Anastasia, don't know. Sports news to round out the week, and Candace Warner's husband is set to star in a hit new reality show, I'm an Opener, Get Me Out of Here.
Yes, David Warner, made famous by the TikTok videos he and his wife began filming in the 2020 lockdown, is set to star in Channel 10's hit new TV show, I'm an Opener, Get Me Out of Here.
Following his most recent performances as a Test cricketer, including his latest failure in the first innings at Brisbane, TV producers have identified the Sydney batsman as an ideal candidate for the launch of the new program. So stay tuned, everyone.
Hopefully these episodes last longer than his innings. Anyway, that might be it this week, I think. Thank you for tuning in to the Batuta Advocate Weekly News Bulletin. Whether you're listening on Spotify or elsewhere in the world, other platforms, we are, of course, live on the wireless out here in the Diamantina Shire. So thank you. I'm Clancy Overall. Enjoy your week.
I'm Errol Parker. Jai Ho.
Goodbye.